Great. Hello, everyone. Say hi to chat now that I'm not muted.
Hey, chat.
Hey to chat.
Hey.
Amazing. So we're gonna try playing a script with a summoner on it with 7 players. It's gonna be amazing. As someone just asked, what is a summoner? Good question. You don't have tokens yet, so you can't actually meta that Alex is the summoner, and that's why I'm explaining this. So the summoner, yeah, it's so fine. The summoner is a brand new minion. Their ability is, I should make these bigger so all of chat can see too. Their ability is that they start the game with 3 out-of-play characters, the same way that a demon would normally start, knowing 3 out-of-play characters. And then on the 3rd night of the game, they get to choose a player to become an evil demon. And they get to choose which demon that player becomes, and that player joins the evil team, becomes that demon, and gets to help carry the torch for the rest of the game. If there's a summoner in play, the game does not start with a demon. So for our little game, we would end up with only just one evil player and 6 good players to start if there's a summoner. So we will see. Yeah.
I've got a question. So the summoner says choose a player, but there isn't brackets, not yourself. So the
Yeah, you
summoner
can. You can choose yourself. You can choose yourself if you want, and then you would ride or die.
The number of people on the evil team. But,
That's true, but we're not worried about that.
Just solo win, it's fine.
But by the time we get to day 3 with this many players, evil have won anyway.
Clearly. I think we've all won is the answer. If you're a summoner and you choose yourself, and then yeah, it's great. It's a perfect situation. Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
4 people will be dead, won't they, by night? Like by day 3, 4 should be dead.
No, because we won't have deaths in the night.
Yeah.
Because
the demon can't kill.
The only people will be dead will be whoever we execute.
The Godfather will get. It's fine. I've got.
There won't be a Godfather. We'll only have a summoner because there's 7 of us.
Oh, Casey, stop pissing on my cornflake. I'll keep quiet now.
What you meant is the gossip will be killing, and the tinker will die.
Yes, and the amnesiac assassin.
And the virgin.
I see no issues.
The virgin will get one. Yeah, the virgin's gonna get a kill. It's fine.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go set up this game with chat, and we will see you all in a few minutes. Awesome. All right, let's make a game, chat. What do we think? Do we want to have a summoner in this game, or do we want to go for one of the other minions? I think personally, I'm slightly leaning. Harpy is interesting. Thank you. I'm in my backyard because it was sort of loud and horrible in my room since there's a lot of construction happening on my street, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit outside because it's beautiful and there's plants, and this is what happens when you live in California. Ooh, a Zomboul could actually be really fun. I think in the right script, Zomboul is actually like really fantastic, but it really, really, really depends on how the game is structured and how things are going. I like the idea of doing a Zomboul and not a summoner, just to make people think that it is a summoner, because I don't think they'll think that we have put in a Zomboul. The thing that I'm thinking about is that I'm so excited about Wormspan. I have not played it yet, but I've seen people playing it. It looks very, very fun. Yeah, let's, for the minion, I'm torn because I think Harpy would help with deaths, but I also think having a poisoner could be really, really, like, another good way to kind of hide the fact that it's a summoner. Yeah, we could do a Godfather and a drunk. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. And that would be a nice way to balance out, actually, that they get an extra kill and you still get the drunkenness. Yeah, I'm down. I think I, at first, was thinking poisoner, but I think let's do Godfather and a drunk. That's super fun, because then evil is the ones that have agency over, like, whether or not they want to bluff that there's an outsider. I mean, they do anyways, but yeah, I think having a drunk is really sneaky. In that case, I think also let's put in a virgin, because the drunk nominating the virgin would be one hint to the fact that they are the drunk and it's not a summoner game, but, like, only to that. It's very specific and very niche, and like it might not even happen. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And because we have the poisoner, Ooh, that's a really good question, DJ Wins. I don't actually know if a summoner can turn a dead player into a Zomboul without ending the game. My guess... No, I don't know if I want to make a guess. I think, obviously for this game, I'll have to have a ruling as to how that's going to work, and I think I would rule that no, they can't, just because that would be a bit... I think too complicated and maybe less fun, but I think it's entirely possible. That might be wrong. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Thank you, MacLeod, for actually knowing the rules. Yeah, this we learned something new. So yeah, in that case, no, they can't, because yeah, like once they're dead, they're fully dead. It's an interesting question because I've never actually thought about that. Like if you have a barber swap and the barber gets swapped with, like if you swap the Zomboul from an alive player to a dead player, like I think probably, yeah, it would be a good surprise ending is what it would be. All right, cool. Let's make the rest of the setup. I think I want to put in an artist just to have something that's gonna want to nominate a virgin. Maybe a savant too, just because I feel like people often meta. I know I used to do this. I used to always meta like, oh, if one of them's in play, then the other one's not, and I kind of like putting them both in just to disrupt that a little bit. Yeah, let's we could have an Amni just for fun, but I haven't really thought about what I have an idea for what an Amni would do sort of generally on this script. I think, yeah, I have an idea for an Amni ability, which is that we would wake them up in the night and tell them how many townsfolk are still alive, which I think can be really interesting just for the information, because if it's a summoner game, there would be a different number of townsfolk alive. So I think, yeah, let's actually do an Amni with that ability. I like to sometimes come into scripts with an idea of, like, if I'm going to put an Amni on it, I like to have some ideas for what that Amni ability might be and how it might play out, and then kind of build the script around potentially having those in. It's an interesting one. There's no wrong way to run Amni. That's just how I personally like to do it. And then let's get a fortune teller in here, because I think that'll help too. And then let's see what else. We could do a gossip. I know my players were joking earlier about having a gossip. Ooh, drunk noble, Philo. We have so many good options. Oh god, not bone collected snake. I just saw that. It's a good happy game end for everyone else. Oh, we do have 7. I'm silly. Yep, this is enough characters. We don't need more. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. In my head, I was like, we need another one because there's a drunk, but that's literally not how that works. Cool. We're doing great, chat. We're doing so great. Let's, yeah, okay, this is great. So one of these will be drunk. We don't know which yet, but I think that's fine. I think I want a sober fortune teller, but let's see where things end. Let's get some characters out there. Awesome. Oh, Lorinda's good again. Amazing. Yes, this is so true. So much info and no one will believe it. So I think this is going to be great. Let's get some bluffs while we're here as well. Who was it in chat also that said JC is always the Zomboul? Because you were right. And you get a prize. Let's give Philo, because I think being able to sort of like spread that drunkenness is useful. We could give gossip because there's a godfather. I don't mind that. And then they'll be aware of like what the kill pattern is going to be. And then, yeah, I think I like Ravenkeeper. I think in this situation specifically because there is a virgin in the game, and obviously it's a small game. Oh, is it JC never pulled the Zomboul unless he's the legit? Whatever it is, yeah, he's the Zomboul now, and it's happening, and it's gonna be great. But yeah, I was just saying, I think I want to avoid giving like noble or knight as a demon bluff in this situation, just because I think with the virgin in play, there is a risk that they could push him to nominate, but if he dies, then it's the kind of thing where like, yeah, I don't know. He's the Zomboul, so he can get killed for being suspicious for not proccing the virgin, and it's not a huge deal. And also like there could be a godfather in. There's so many options. To answer the question from Love the Healer, so I have a plan when I set these up. How often does the plan go to crap? So the thing for me is that when I'm setting up a game, I like to have a plan in the sense that I like to look at how the characters on the script interact with one another, and I like to try and put things in the bag that will have like interesting interactions with one another, things that kind of balance each other out nicely. Like I like to have reasons for putting what I do put in the bag. But as far as a plan goes for how the game is actually going to play out, I believe, like personally, that it's really, really important to give your players agency to do what they want with the game. So the dog got really excited about player agency just then. But yeah, so I think when I'm setting up the game, I start to think about kind of like what stage I'm setting, like what playground I'm building for my players to then kind of like run with it. And so sometimes I find myself kind of anticipating like what players might do, and then I try and make decisions that are going to be the most fun and fair based on like how I think my players are going to respond, which is also like a lot easier said than done. It's not easy to like just know what your players magically are going to be doing. But yeah, I think for me it's all about like just sort of creating a playground and then letting the players just like run with it and do what they want. And so like if my players are making decisions, my job isn't to like change the decisions that they're making or to try and like push them to make different decisions, or to be like, oh well, I planned for you to like poison this person, or like, you know, if the poisoner picks, going like, are you sure you want to do that? But I think like so much of the game is about player agency and about rewarding player agency. And like if you have a tinker that's like trying to indicate that they like want to die and you think that would be fun and balanced, then like letting it happen, and just kind of letting the players like create their own game and supporting them in that, as opposed to like having a plan and being like, oh, I really hope that the game sort of goes in this way, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, I think looking at this, there's a lot of really strong solvers on the good team here, and I think it'll be really fun seeing the way that they kind of piece the information together. Yeah, so I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see how it goes. I obviously I hope that the evil team does something to sort of bluff that it's a summoner game, because I think that could be a really exciting thing, especially if a townsfolk nominates Hob on the first day. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I think. Oh, this is tricky. I don't want to make Hob the drunk, and I don't want to make Kerry the drunk, which leaves Sam, Richie, and Lorinda. I'm torn about Richie, because I think I feel like I'm mean to Richie sometimes as a storyteller, but mostly because like he really toes that line. I think this is fantastic. This is like one of the things I love about the game, is that Richie plays in a way where I think people at any point, like, it's very unclear whether he's on the good team or the evil team, which I think works really well in his favor when he is evil, but sometimes backfires as well. It depends. But yeah, I think Lorinda might actually be a good. I don't know, because Lorinda might nominate Hob. I'm not sure. I think no matter what, like, we'll figure it out. Let's I think I am gonna make it Richie, even though Richie is hard to trust, because I think I think that'll be the best use of an actual outsider in the game. I also think Richie is potentially more likely to die during the day than another player, in which case, well, we could do Lorinda as well. We could also do Sam. I don't mind. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's do. I was originally thinking let's not do Sam, but I think let's do Sam, and let's give a lot of no's to make it look like it was a summoner game, and then start giving yeses after night 3. So I think, yeah, let's make Sam the drunk, and then we'll have, I think, the sober artist and the sober savant will be really powerful. We'll just make sure that savant info is balanced, and I think Kerry's ability is going to be really powerful as well if and when he figures it out. So yeah, let's stick with this, and let's go start the game, and then I'll make a little note next to Kerry just to say, each night learn how many alive townsfolk. Cool. All right, let's yeah, I'm happy with this, and I think being able to kind of lean into a summoner game could be really funny. I also think Sam, so my guess is that Hob is the sort of player who would have fun playing a hidden virgin. and so he might not out. But it's a small game, so he might. And for Sam, I do think he's the sort of person who, as a fortune teller in a small game, would be keen to nominate a virgin to know if he's sober or not. So yeah, I think Hob might be immune to info rolls on occasion. He was the fisherman. I guess fisherman's advice, not info. Yeah, he was the fisherman last time, but he didn't get his info because he died before it happened. Yeah, let's go wake him up. Let's wake him up. Let's go tell them the game starts. We're doing so good.
I've never actually played a druid at all.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Cool. Chat and I were having a blast talking about all sorts of different fun things. But now it is time for you all to go to sleep. Woohoo.
Okay. Well, it's been a good stream, everyone.
I know, right? It's been so fun. Yeah, go back to bed. Awesome. All right. So let's check in. So we're gonna let Alex know. And Alex, what's fun is that Alex, as the Godfather, already knows that it's not a summoner game, that he's got a demon. Because he has started as a non-summoner minion in a one-minion game. So yeah, we will wake up Alex, and then we will wake up JC, and then Carrie and Sam, and that's gonna be our night. Awesome. So let's grab Alex.
I mean, the downside, like, there's one less vote every time.
Hello.
Bonjour.
So you have the benefit of knowing currently that it is not a summoner game because there's only one minion in this game and you're not a summoner.
Sadly, I'm not going to be summoning myself into the demon because I would have so made myself a zombie if they left me alive.
You never know, there might be time for a game too. So
I'm sure there will be time for a game too. So I understand you're going to tell me that there are no outsiders in play, or are there outsiders?
Well, you are the Godfather, which means you have added an outsider into play. So I am going to let you know that there is a drunk in play.
Fabulous. So I can make sure that everyone knows there's a Godfather by claiming outsider.
So many options. I will
also. It's
also
gonna be entertaining. That will just make me look evil if I claim outsider.
Which is unproblematic because if you're evil and you die, then what are they going to do about it? Are you the zombie? Are they going to kill you again? So many options.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this option.
Hell yeah! Since you do have a demon, I'm going to also let you know that your demon is JC.
Oh no! Oh, and we neighbor each other. This makes life so much easier for getting those bluffs.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have to tell you. So I will wish you luck and bid you adieu.
I shall enjoy fathering God. What could go wrong?
Please, yes, father that God wisely.
I'll let the door shut after I go. Don't worry.
Yep, sounds great.
Don't call me. You'll call me. I do it. Bye.
Yeah. We'll be in touch. All right, good stuff. I think that's a fun idea. I like that he might play around with claiming an outsider. I think that'll just be a right mess and in a delightful way. Let's go get JC and let him know what's going on. Hello.
Hello.
It is not a summoner game.
No, unless this is a wacky amnesiac ability. Which every time I've been the zombie, either I've not actually been the zombie or the game's gone wrong.
Someone literally said this in chat. They were like, JC has a history. And then I saw that you had the token. I was like, oh, that's funny. Literally someone just mentioned that. Anyways, I will let you know that your minion is none other than good neighbor Alex.
Oh, lovely.
Indeed. And the following roles are out of play. The Philosopher.
Okay.
Gossip. And Ravenkeeper.
Ravenkeeper. Lovely stuff.
Awesome.
Thanks, James.
Alrighty. Good luck.
Cheers.
Alright, so we've got those bluffs. I'll put them up here so you guys can see them too. We have given our evil team their information. So all we've got to do now is wake up our Amni and let him know a 4. Because there are 4 alive townsfolk at the moment. Since Sam is an outsider, we've got a demon and a minion. And then, we have Richie, Hob, Carrie, and Lorinda. That's 4 alive townsfolk. I'll add a little Night 1, 4, just so we know what we have given. And then we'll wake up our drunk fortune teller and give him a no, basically no matter what. It depends. He does, if he were sober, he would have a red herring even in a summoner game. So if he picks 2 good players, I'm tempted to give a yes. Maybe if he picks the virgin. So we'll see. But yeah, let's wake up Carrie and give him a 4 and see how confused he gets. Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling about your role?
I was really hoping to not wake up in the middle of the night because I wanted a passive ability. Okay, James. It's 5:30 a.m. I don't want to be doing anything.
You're gonna be so fine. You're gonna be so fine, and you've got a group of people who are in the daytime who can help, both literally and in real life. Yeah, you're gonna be so great. you're gonna figure it out. I believe in you. Okay. I am going to tell you a 4.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't actually need to do anything. That's okay. Okay, great.
You don't. Yeah, I'm telling you a 4. You've learned a 4, and that's all you will learn for tonight.
Love it. Going
Yep.
beam straight to Sam and tell him what am I doing with this.
This seems pretty. I think a foolproof plan. Excellent.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Wonderful.
You so much.
Yep. Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and we do have a nice passive ability. I love how excited Chad is about the 4. Yes, 4. This is also so bad because I spent so much of yesterday just like really, really going hard on the 6 soundtrack, and so like numbers are already just musically in my brain right now. So yeah, we're just all about that 4. And let's get Sam. Let's get see what he picks. Hello.
Hello.
Could
This is interesting. Because I don't think, like in a summoner game, I have to lie for the first 2 days. Because I'm gonna clear a lot of people.
Well, what's even more interesting too is like if you don't get summoned, if it's a summoner game, you might end up. You never know. Yeah, you might be like, oh, I'm clearing this person. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's. I think fortune teller. I can't decide if it's balanced or underpowered with a summoner on the script, and
I think it's slightly underpowered, but that's okay because fortune teller's a pretty powerful character.
Yeah, and there's like I think that's one of the things I do really actually love about this game is that like you. Like your role is powerful in conjunction with other roles, and I think in this particular script that definitely hits more. Cool. Well, all that said, can I get you to pick 2 people?
I mean, it's got to be Lorinda, but aside from that, we're gonna go with Hob, I think.
Lorinda and Hob. You get a yes.
Okay, good start.
All right. Good luck. Alrighty. So that is our night. We do still have to make sure Richie's got Savant info for the morning. I think I'm happy with that yes because I did say I was like I'm gonna give a no unless he picks exactly the virgin. And I think I like the idea that like in this world where he's a drunk but we're trying to make him think he's sober, that the virgin is a red herring. So we're gonna stick with that. Oh gosh, fortune teller and a summoner, little monster game. Certainly a choice. Each night pick 2 players. The storyteller moves their head at you. That's your ability. All right, let's do some savant information. Oh, it could be interesting to give information that basically says you are not the only player who needs to visit the storyteller during the day, to just give credence to at least one of Carrie or Lorinda. Oh, I love that. There are 3 character types in play. So we'll say at least one other player has to visit the ST for their ability, or 3 character types in play. Love that. Yes. Chat coming through. Okay, perfect. So at least one other role who has to visit the storyteller in play is true. So 3 character types is false. Let me actually, I want to think about this for just a second, because I think, so 3 character types in play could mean So the thing that I'm thinking about is if it's not a summoner game, then we would have a not, well, if, yeah, we would have to have we would have to have not a summoner. Because if there's a summoner in play, then we have 2 character types, because it's just minion and townsfolk. If there's not a summoner in play, then we have to have a non-godfather. Yeah, I think that's still pretty powerful. And I think that's fine, because 3 character types in play doesn't rule out summoner. It means it's either a summoner or it's a godfather. So I'm happy with that. I think that's like rated strong. Yeah. Because I want summoner worlds to be left open, and I think he might think, well, no, because then there have to be 2 evil people. Okay. I like these both so much, but maybe not paired together. Let's oh, no, what we'll say is we'll say exactly one other. No, we can't, because then that's false. I'll just leave it, whatever. It's a small game. Richie's info should be powerful. Okay, great. This is fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think Sam made a really interesting point that, like, because there's a summoner on the script, people might not be as keen to share their information immediately in case they get summoned and then their info backfires. So yeah, I think I'm fine to just leave that, because that's true and it's powerful, but it still takes a bit of like figuring out. Oh, I like that. Yeah, so say exactly one other as the false or even number of character types. Yeah. Cool. Ah, where did it go? We're doing, okay, so why is editing this note so hard for me? Exactly one other visit storyteller role, or even number of character types in play. Excellent. Yeah, this is exactly, it's Richie, and like he's gonna bluff meme gossip that does a bunch of weird, specifically long gossips that make me very tired, and then but it's fine. Cool. Let's wake him up. Let's play a game. This is great. All right, good morning, everyone. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the drills are drilling, hopefully not too loudly, and there may or may not be a demon in town. I have succumbed to frostbite and hypothermia all at once. It was tragic and terrible. And but yeah, here you all are to save my corpse. And I've talked for long enough. Just play the game.
Yay, game time.
Should we have a 3-way chat on? Because we're left alone.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, let's go to the ocean or somewhere.
Kinda. And yeah, and I was like, I can't play this if they're sleeping. So, anyways, I'm your favorite role. I need help with my brain.
Sure, let's go. I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, so I got a 4.
Oh, okay, sure. All right.
My first instinct is to ask whether that's how many players woke up.
Good start.
My second thought to that is I woke up like kind of early / in the middle of the night / it might be that Jem's talking to chat, but I don't know. It felt like it was, if it was a chamber-based situation, it does feel like it's kind of mettering the time step situation. So I don't know whether I mean I might ask that one time.
Yep. I'm looking at reminder tokens right now, and I think that would be too many, just because it would have to be like if we have a noble or a knight, then it's not too many, right? Like, because that lifts the number significantly.
true.
I think we would need one of those two things to be in play for it to be reminder tokens.
Right.
So I would say spend the day talking. If you hear about a noble or a knight, I would ask about reminder tokens. If you don't hear about either of those things, I would probably say ask about whether it's to do with people waking at night.
Yes. And then second night's kind of gonna come around and it's gonna be like a 7 and I'm gonna start crying.
Weird question. It could also be just like...
I feel like if Gems had the chance, she might have put in the Hatter for the fun of it.
Fair enough. Yeah. So the plans to deploy to pretend to be summoner are fast vanishing. I mean, you can do it anyway. So are you just the savant, Richie? Is that what you're saying here? Yeah, Jams, can we pretend to go get some information?
Always. You know,
Alright, I'm gonna
I
hop
will
out.
pretend all sorts of different nonsense with you any game.
Alright,
Sounds
good
good.
luck, Richie.
Hello.
Ah,
Fancy seeing you here.
hello. Do you want to give me some spot information, or shall I wait till tomorrow?
I mean, up to you. Do you want it? You did say that you wanted to receive some pretend savant information, so I could oblige you in this particular instance.
Is it? It would be rude to leave half fish for you talking, so I'll wait. Yeah, let's have some spot information.
Okay.
You're good at these.
Okay.
I'll learn something.
Sounds good. I will let you know that there is exactly one other role in play who needs to visit the storyteller during the day.
Yeah.
Or there is an even number of character types in play at this time.
Even number of character types, as in between townsfolk, outsider, minion, demon. There's
Correct.
Even numbers.
There's an even number.
Is 0 an even number?
I mean, you I'm not answering that.
Okay, alright. Thank you.
Good luck. Oh my god, is 0 an even number?
There's a double claim on the Rinder. I'm happy to gossip that if I was an empath today, I'd get a 2 or a 1. I haven't quite decided if I fancy a 2 or a 1.
Hello. Couldn't help notice there's an amnesiac on the script.
Of course. What else would you be here for? If you were an Amni in this game, what kind of ability would you want to have?
There's a lot of information rolls in this, like a lot of information rolls on the script. So I think that I would want a active role, something along the lines of. This is a summoner game. I would love just like night 1, wake up, choose a demon, and then you lock that in, and then the summoner can only make that demon.
Ooh, I really like that. I might save that for like a future run of the script. I think that's a really, really good Amni ability.
Yeah.
To be like,
you
I
lock
have
it
to
in,
set the
summoner-
demon type. Yeah.
Yeah. But before the summoner has had a chance to like lay the game out and see where it's gone.
Yeah, that's kind of like almost. It's very engineer adjacent, I think. I really like that. That's fun. I love when Amni abilities like play specifically off of other characters on the script because I think that's really interesting, and it's like you, even if you can't quite figure it out, you get the information that like that ability's in play, which is cool. Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Awesome.
All right.
Cool. Good luck. Oh, that's great. I like that a lot. Let's see what else is happening.
And 3 times I was the lunatic. 1 time the game was in person and had to be abandoned for reasons, and then 1 time was online and there was a server crash. So it's my white whale of an ability.
Right, because the whole claim of philosopher going into night. If I am the summoner, you're just now.
You don't want that.
Yeah, you're on my team. So yeah, you're on my team either way, I think.
Cool. Sounds good, Richie.
Have fun.
Lovely stuff. Cheers.
Or I'm waiting to see if we have an Undertaker.
Interesting. Okay. I will tell you Sam knows this. I am the amnesiac.
Ooh.
I got a 4. And basically Sam think that it might be something to do with reminder tokens. And if it's a noble, I'm basically looking for a noble in a knight because it feels like knight 1 is like the
Oh, I
the
see
main
what you
one
mean.
to get
Okay.
reminder tokens on.
Have you asked Jams about your ability today?
I have not. So that's
Okay.
why I'm looking for maybe a noble, maybe a knight, maybe something along the lines of that, to kind of confirm that. If not, I'll probably ask anything else.
I see. Okay. Did she clarify if it's like, oh, this is a first night info kind of thing, or you just got a 4?
No. And James, is that something you would do if it was you start knowing? Would you let me know?
I have sometimes in the past, but typically I would do it when the Emni comes to ask their question. I would say before you ask me anything, you should know that this is the only time in the game that you're going to receive information. I have done something like that before for a first night ability, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I thought could have happened also is maybe like you learn the longest stretch of good players sitting next to each other, or something like a good chef kind of. Maybe.
Yeah, longest stretch would be pretty interesting because that would imply that either there's somehow a recluse, no, or yeah, so it already implies that it's like, because in that case it would be minion, godfather, demon, godfather, demon, recluse, or I guess it could be any outsider really sitting next to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if that is your ability somehow, it's not a summoner game, right? Because then there'd only
Yes,
be one
exactly.
evil. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I will ask Shams a question then. Thank you so much, Hob.
All right, cool. Good luck.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm in 2 minds right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think either it's something to do with reminder tokens, or it's something to do with number of townsfolk. But I will maybe, or it could be other things. But I will ask. Is it something along the lines of each night you learn how many reminder tokens there are on the grid?
Cold, your ability does not relate to reminder tokens.
So I just wasted a whole day, which is fine. It's fine.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I think you're gonna. Yeah.
There's only I think the night 2 information will be interesting, whether it goes up or down. That gives me information. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Cheers. Good luck. Oh, that's great. I think that's actually pretty balanced that he guessed the one that they weren't. Like they were torn between 2. I think if they guess about number of townsfolk, that's going to be quite warm. So I'm kind of, for balance's sake, not too mad about the fact that he went for reminder tokens today. I think that's probably a long enough day as well. So let's go wake him up. Summon him back to town. Why is everything about? Yeah, it's fine. My brain is tired. Clearly.
Know how I would, but that's exciting.
Well, just in case you told me a lie the first time, then tell me the truth.
Right. Yes.
But also good to know for future games, because maybe that's a bit of a
Yeah.
tell.
Someone in chat just said it's time to summon everyone back to town, which is a word for it. Right. Now, obviously, is your public talking time. So yeah, if anyone, I trust you all to respect those with hands raised who might want to share public information or make any public statements. Go for it. Yeah.
You want to go first, Alex?
If you don't mind me going first, and then you can be my Robin to my Bat person. Yeah, that works. Okay, Jams. So, 100% attention here. If I was an empath, and I thought about my 2 neighbours, I would have got a super sexy 2 from the storyteller, your good self, in the night. Hashtag love thy neighbour.
Can I just clarify quickly? Is this specifically if you were a sober and healthy, like non-drunk, non-poisoned empath,
yeah,
you would get a 2?
Yeah, if I was
Okay.
sober healthy, I'd have got a 2 last night when you woke me up.
Excellent. Thanks.
Right. Before I gossip, just making things clear that if a member of the Bat family, we're going to go with Nightwing. Okay. But
That
I
works.
would like to gossip that the amnesiac ability has something to do with character types.
Anyone
Someone
else
else
wanna
want to speak?
say something publicly?
I would like to gossip that the Tinker, if in play, is sat next to two players, or townsfolk.
Okay.
Can I please gossip that the second Savant statement today was the true one?
Got it.
Yeah, just like to gossip that there is a godfather in the game.
I would like to gossip that at least 3 gossip statements made so far today were true. You've got chat, it's fine.
Yep, not worried. Not worried at all. Now is the fun part where if this was an in-person game, I would absolutely waste everyone's time during the night by waking each person up one by one and saying, "What did you gossip?" and handing them my phone so they could write it down. And then 5 days later, they find out that you're like, I don't know, the empath. Anyways, yeah, would anyone like to share anything else publicly or nominate or really, you know, world's your oyster?
Do we have an
Has
outside
any-
line? Richie?
Hello. Oh, my hand went involuntary went up there. I would like to nominate Hob.
Okay, Richie is executed and dies. Good night.
Wow,
So,
that's
not-
quick.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's amazing. Partly because we now don't have to come up with more Savant info, but also because I think it's useful for Richie to know that unless he's exactly poisoned, like, that's good info. And I think that that Savant info is like the right amount of powerful for it to be the only piece of information that they get all game. It's really strong, but it rules out 2 players as the drunk, which is great. The Zomboul doesn't get to kill tonight, which is great. Like, there's gonna be no... no, Richie says, "Gosh darn amnesiac," which I love because there is a more obvious explanation than that. Yes, Town will both have to trust Richie and Hob, but I'm not mad about that. I think that's helpful. What's really interesting is that Carrie's guess at his ability, that one of the things he talked about was potentially with Hob, like maybe it's a string of townsfolk. If there is a string of townsfolk, Richie and Hob both have to be townsfolk, and Carrie knows that they're a townsfolk, so that might dangerously point at the evil team. Thankfully, again, both evil players can die once, so yeah, this should be good. There is no Toymaker in play, no Feybold on this, but there's a Summoner on the script, and so I think knowing whether or not yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. I think we'll see how things go. Yeah, I think that Savant info is going to be really, really strong, but I also think that evil might be okay because they're not necessarily going to know who the information points at, and if they think it's a summoner, then Hob is a very, like, they might end up killing him. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The only things we need to do tonight are wake up Carrie, and this time give Carrie a 3 because there are just 3 townsfolk alive right now, and then wake up Sam and give him some crap because he's drunk. Let's get Carrie. Hello.
Hello.
This time you learn a 3.
Okay. Maybe I do kind of know might be going on then. Okay. I was gonna clarify if it's a you start knowing, but I don't think it's a you start knowing anymore.
I'm gonna go out on a wild limb and say that it might not be a you start knowing.
For the first 3 nights of the game, I think that's. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Cheers. Oh gosh, this moment in chat here of Richie realizing to Hob that he's the virgin. That's incredible. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do not have the current amnesiac ability in the bot right now, but the ability is each night, including the first, learn how many townsfolk are alive. And so Carrie on the first night learned to 4 because there is a drunk due to the Godfather. Yeah, you learn how much time. One time I played a Vortox game where I was the Oracle, or maybe I was storytelling, I don't remember, but it was a Vortox and an Oracle, and what ended up happening was the Oracle's ability was literally like each night wake up and learn what night it is. They just got like a 2 on night 2, and then a 3 on night 3, and like a lot of it was legit, and I think at one point there was a pit hagging, and like it just continued to be real, but it was, yeah, anyways. I love when numbers are silly. Let's wake up our fortune teller. Hello.
Hello. Okay. Let's go for. I'm gonna go for JC and Hob, please.
JC and Hob, you get a no.
Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah, that's a tricky one because I think the idea of Hob being the red herring is very appealing, especially, like, I think with Sam, it's like, it makes, yeah, I think he picked Hob because he's assuming the virgin's not the red herring. But, oh gosh, I really wanted, that was tempting. That was very tempting because I would make the virgin the red herring and Sam needs to know that. But yeah, I think protecting JC at this time is probably more useful. Yes, I don't know if everyone else saw this little message that Richie's just sent to Sam. So I'm bluffing Amnesiac, actually the Tinker. This is a wild game already. It's perfect. It's foolproof. What a good pin. That's true. I probably would make Lorinda the red herring, and so I'm wondering. But I think the goal is really to give, like, until tomorrow night. I think starting tomorrow, we're going to give yeses on Hob again. But we also might just want to give yeses on lots of people. It'll be interesting to see how Summoner on the script impacts the way that people are going through the game. But we'll need to check why the Dan. Oh, Richie. That's delightful. But yeah, that's all. There's no death tonight. We're gonna wake up with 6 players alive. We're not gonna need to do any more savant info. And yeah, we'll I do think it's interesting because I think Lorinda could potentially get extremely powerful information by asking whether or not it's a summoner game. But yeah, because they can't really be drunk. It's really interesting how at no outsiders, I think that narrows down a lot of the worlds, but I also think with the Zombie it should be a balance. Oh, that's funny. In almost every summoner game, you've seen the summoner avoids the virgin for the meta. Yeah, I think it really goes both ways. I've seen it where, like, I think I also have seen it more where the people, like, you end up killing the virgin on, like, final 3 or something and they just haven't been picked. But yeah, I don't know. I like seeing the way that people play around with new characters and just to see all the different things that people do with them because there's so many options. But yeah, let's find out what our players do with their options in this game. Let me just completely double check. Yeah, so virgin doesn't wake. Amni, this is how my brain works. I need this. Amni, we woke up, we gave a 3. I'll add a little note to say that we gave them a 3 because there are 3 townsfolk alive. Artist doesn't wake, Godfather doesn't, Zabul doesn't, Fortune Teller woke up and got wrong information, and our savant is dead. Awesome. Let's do day.
JC, it sounds like a lot of clicking going on.
Sorry.
It's a lot of clicking. It's okay. Chat didn't hear it because I was too busy talking to them in my own private campfire. Anyways, yeah. During the night, tragedy. Oh no, it didn't. No one died.
Ah.
Don't tease me with the step song. That's just cruel.
Do we kill Hob now or
5,
later?
6, 7, 8.
I mean,
I think we
these
say
are the
something
wonderful
and
questions
kill me.
in a summoner game, Richie. You brought this on us. Now we have to deal with it.
Oh, so I mean, the good news is my gossip wasn't true. Because how could that? Oh, okay, innkeeper.
Oh, the better news.
Better new.
Oh, unless I've been.
Right, that was what I was going for, Carrie. That's exactly what I was going for.
How dare you?
What'd you get?
I got a 3 last night.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
How come?
Well, because it means it's not reminder tokens. Because I don't see a world where they go down.
Well, the other thing is, it's also not reminder tokens because I did ask that the day one,
Okay.
and James got me cold, so I can fully rule out reminder tokens.
Okay. Is it number of days until the game can end? So hear me out here, right? In a
Yeah,
summoner
hearing.
game, right?
Yeah.
If there's no gossip, then you're roughly on track because your normal would be 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Because no kill, kill in the night, and we sleep at night. We don't execute.
Yeah.
Before.
Okay.
I don't think that's it, but it could be.
Okay.
But that would to me would imply no gossip. And I have heard of an actual gossip. 4, 3.
Yeah. Really, like, if I don't know of anything else, maybe I will just go with how many people woke up last night.
I can't see 4 on the first night based on the claims I have. I think 4 would have to include yourself.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's something that you would do, right? Like,
Yeah.
just in
No, I
general.
can see it.
Yeah.
But,
Are you still coming fortune teller?
Yeah, I am. But honestly, I also kind of can't see. There's room for 3, I suppose. Depends on what the run is.
Well, if Richie was like a noble or a knight, that's 1. Then if you're the fortune teller, that's 2. I'm the amnesiac, that's 3. And then you just,
if Lorinda would be 4.
Another 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
I mean that's a starting point. I would check Lorinda and Richie, see what they are.
No,
Yeah.
I could have
I'm not-
incorrect information, and there could be evil near me. Yeah.
I have a one-time information well. So
I'm gonna gossip today. I'm not gonna tell Jams about it yet because I'm gonna see if it upsets them or not. But I'm gonna try and gossip.
It's an even number. Or the storyteller has made daytime friends, plural.
Both good. Awesome. Okay. Lovely stuff. Cheers, Richie.
Bye. Good poker face.
I think my favorite part of this game still is Richie not realizing that Hob was the virgin until like the middle of the night when he told him.
I'm the I'm the savant.
Okay.
Would you like my savant information?
No, I just want to know whether you actually woke up on night 1 for an amnesiac.
Nope.
Did not wake up on night 1. Okay, sure. I will trust that to be the truth, and you can give me some fake savant information if you want.
0 is an even number.
Okay.
Or the storyteller has made daytime friends, plural.
What do you classify as daytime friends, Jams?
What's the context?
Savant info.
Daytime friends? I don't think I would give that. It's not like Tasmanians, right? It doesn't have an obvious, clear, objective definition in the Clocktower canon. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so it's kind of tricky to classify that. All right, cool. Thanks, Jams.
Have fun.
Oh goodness. Let's pop in here because then Carrie can ask an Emily question when they're done.
That actually is fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm the amnesiac.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
So, I haven't spoken to Alex yet, but my initial thoughts. So I got a 4 and then I got a 3.
Okay.
My initial thoughts is how many people wake up in the night. So assuming that Richie is probably like maybe a noble or a knight, and then I've spoken to Sam. I don't know whether Sam's claimed the same thing to you, but
Sam
claimed
gave
that-
me fortune teller.
Yes, okay. So then between me, you, Sam, and Richie, that's 4 people that woke up. And then if Richie died, that's still 3 people who wake up.
That's possible. What did you ask yesterday?
I asked if it has any of the reminder tokens, and I got a cold.
Okay. Trying to think. If we've got an outsider, it could be number of living townsfolk or something like that. Like a sort of a reverse oracle that ignores the outsider.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, but that does imply that it is a Godfather.
Yeah, that would only work if it's a Godfather game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would assume that if it was a Godfather, it's probably a Godfather Zomble.
Possible.
Um,
Yeah. Godfather Poe would be quite mean, I think, in a 7-player game.
That's okay, because if it's a Godfather Poe, then we just lose, and we can play the next game. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, won't be balanced, but well.
That's cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
are you thinking of doing anything with your philosopher ability, or?
Tonight I'm planning on going knight, so that if someone summons someone, then I get knight info that's not contaminated by summoner.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, sweet. Gems, can I ask for you to stay,
Yeah,
please?
sure. I'll
Yeah,
dip
sure.
out. Cheers, Gary.
Thank you.
Hey.
I don't know. It does feel. I feel like you would put Zomble. You. Don't give me that.
Don't give me what? You meta me, I'll meta you. What?
Can I ask like a general vibes question?
Yeah, totally. You can ask whatever you want, and I'll try and kind of give you something that is like equivalent guided. Like I'm very flexible with Amni. I feel like it's. Oh, you should also know, just in general, that when whenever there is an Amni on the script, I will always run it so that the question and answer portion is independent from any like drunkenness or poison. Obviously, if you are the drunk, then like it's gonna all be nonsense. But like if you're a poisoned amnesiac, like the ability will malfunction, but your question and answer will still be like on track and correct, because I think it's more fun for the Amni to have a chance at like solving what their ability is. So yeah,
sweet.
Cool.
Can I ask a vibe question? If I was gonna get information like townsfolk, like like people waking up, like would you make it so that it usually includes myself in that question, or is that something that you can't really clarify?
Hang on, is this your Amni question for the day specifically, or no? Okay, so just as a clarifying question. I would say that if you are a townsfolk, then any information that is like about townsfolk would also include you in it, because you are one of the so if your ability was like learn how many townsfolk wake up at night, like you would be counted as one of them because you've been waking.
Right. Maybe I'll come back to you then.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Cool.
If it's Poe and we execute, we're screwed, but that's kind of
Hello. Thanks for being
I'm just
patient.
not going to use it till final 3, but if I don't pretend to use it until final 3, the demon will kill me in the night. So I'm just going to sit here and
Love that.
the plan is to get to final 3 and ask which person's the demon. Well, is this one the demon, and then nominate the other one.
I mean, it's the ultimate risk reward roll, right? Like
nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Nothing
There's
could possibly go wrong.
chat.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a foolproof, excellent plan, and I am in full support.
You look down the
Awesome.
script. There's no things that can make this go wrong. It's absolutely
No, definitely there's no drunk or poisoner or I did take the puka off. A previous version of this had a puka on it. It's a foolproof
That's
plan.
helped.
I love it. Yeah, exactly.
it's
I'm
like being
helping.
the
I'm
mayor.
a helpful, good storyteller.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you got it.
It's just like being the mayor, right? You get to final 3 and hope you're not drunk or poisoned.
Yep, it's perfect. It's foolproof. We love this.
Cheers.
Oh, that's really fun. I like that as a play. I think I mean, exactly what I said. It's super high risk reward, right? Like if they make it to final 3 and they're sober and can ask who the demon, I do think they will get a big surprise if it's a final 3 and JC is dead. And yeah, then they go to final 2. That'll be kind of an ideal. Anyways, let's we'll probably bring them back, and then Carrie's gonna need to ask their question. But yeah.
Good.
Shit, we're being summoned again.
You're all the demon plot twist. not rules. Oh my goodness. Hi, Richie.
Can I ask a question about the amnesia?
The role. Sure.
role, the
Always.
role.
It's on the script. Yeah.
So general principle, they can do pretty much anything, right?
Within the rules, pretty much. Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable I could gossip.
You can. It's not gonna. You're dead. It won't have any mechanical effect.
But if for example, I get brought back to life before we go to sleep,
Yeah.
So you're
then
hoping for an
yep.
amnesiac with the ability to resurrect you and give you the gossip ability.
no, I'm already the gossip. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
Dead gossip. So.
Well, if anyone does want to gossip, who is alive and might have a gossip ability, go for it.
Sam, you can go first today.
Sure.
Let's do a tag team.
I would like to gossip that the amnesiac is in play, has been receiving a number, and that number will decrease tonight. So it'll be less than the number that they were given last night.
Okay.
Alex would like to gossip, because I'm going to be French with my accent. Oui, if I were a savant, the following statements, one would be true, one would be false. First, there is a summoner in play. 2, there is a poisoner or poisson in play. So in my non-French accent, if I were a savant, you'd have either given me a summoner in play, poisoner in play. One of those is true, one of those is false. Party on.
Okay.
Allons-y.
And just ignore the part about the fish, because there's no poisson on the script.
Oh, no, poisson. There's no fish
Excellent.
person on this script, but yes, and sorry for all the European friends out there. You know, Brexit means we have to do these things.
Perfect. Remind me next stream to bring some baguettes. Someone in chat just said, "Welcome to Allo Clocktower edition."
Yeah. Oh, there
don't
should
make
be
me do a French accent.
a lot of script. Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah,
We'd also got a bad
if someone
British
writes us a
accent.
script, if someone writes us a
that would
script
be-
based around terrible accents, we will play it. So
Oh, I
Just
have
saying.
some homework for Easter.
excellent.
Sam
Well,
nominates Lorinda.
okay. Sam has nominated Lorinda.
Well, there is apparently an isolated fortune teller yes on Lorinda. Could be red herring, but I also think Lorinda would be useful to confirm to an Undertaker. Not that we have an Undertaker, but just like hypothetically speaking.
This does ruin all my plans, but it does seem quite a reasonable thing to do as well. Yeah.
All right. Well, it takes 3 votes to see whether or not Lorinda's plans will be ruined. Starting now. My ping isn't very good. You guys are risky. 3 votes is enough, and Lorinda is on the block.
I love that we have the 2 people who will drop their hands at the last possible moment right before the person who is currently playing at 6 a.m. their time.
I mean,
This is
personally, I just love
unproblematic.
those 2 confirmed players.
Yes. Do we think that this is, like, obviously mechanically it's kind of tough to tell at this point, but vibes-wise, do we think this is a summoner game or do we think we've got a demon?
Feels summony.
I'm leaning demon, but
I think if it was a demon, I think it would be Zombul, because in such a low player count, I as the demon wouldn't like, I can't be bothered to really push a summoner world. I would just kill as quickly as I could.
It could, like, if I'm a Poe, then I would definitely charge, because I would win the game tonight. If I'm an Oho, then I could theoretically miss. So basically, we've probably ruled out starting in.
Can I nominate Sam?
Yeah.
So today, as the confirmed version, that I'm definitely gonna stay as the entire game, I went up to Sam to talk, and I was expecting all the info that Sam had. But then apparently Sam might have lied to me, which I felt was mean of Sam. So I just want to put it out there that Sam was mean today. Or the other person might have lied to me. I'm not sure. But lying is bad.
Sam?
I mean, lying is bad. That's not to say I wouldn't do it, but I would like to be on the moral high ground of lying is bad.
Fair enough. Well, it takes 3 votes to tie and 4 votes to put Sam up for execution instead. Starting on Richie's dead vote. No.
Harry wouldn't do this to me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm not raising my hand for this.
4 votes is enough. Lorinda is safe. And Sam
Have to respect
is now
Richie's unintended dead vote.
about to
It
die.
wasn't unintended.
So I was
Wow.
just gonna vote if Hob voted, but I didn't see that Richie had voted as
I'm
well.
out. I'm the fortune teller, and our best chance to actually find the demon when one gets summoned tonight. This is the worst possible kill.
Yeah, that's probably right.
It's a genuine, like, I had an isolated ping on Lorinda, which was probably my red herring. I had figured that out, and I was hoping to be able to find the demon after they got summoned tonight.
I'll self-nominate.
Okay. JC has nominated himself.
Yeah, I instinctively I was like, it's gonna tie. I need to stop it tying. But tying was probably much better there, because yeah, I think based on how they defended themselves, Lorinda's probably good, and Sam might be evil, but also if he's not, he's probably going to solve the game. So yeah, let's make it so Sam no die.
Right. Well, it takes 4 votes to tie and 5 votes to kill JC instead. Starting.
Did we want to
No.
overturn this?
I mean,
Annoyingly,
I don't want to
don't
die, to be clear.
think so,
just
just because I think I die at night anyway.
Yeah, there we go.
But I especially don't want to overturn on
Three's
JC.
not enough.
I'm actually getting evil vibes from JC here. Not because
I
trying
don't
to
think
save
so.
Sam, but because JC always does this as the demon
that's why I
or
voted.
summoner this game. Yeah.
To be clear, I
Nominate
wasn't
himself
self-nominating
when it's
because I
safe to.
wanted to die. I was nominating to try and get Sam off the block.
JC, we're on to you.
Last call
You know
for
your-
nominations.
Jams, can I have a storyteller?
Yeah, of
consult,
course.
please?
I don't like her.
Hey.
Okay, I was planning on using it, asking my question near the end of the day because I was like, I'll get more information in town, and I've got no information, and it hasn't helped. But can I ask, is it something to do with the line of how many players work due to their own ability?
How many players woke due to their own ability? I am gonna say.
Or how many players like use their ability?
Yeah.
Ability
I'm gonna
work?
I'm gonna say cold. It doesn't have to do with players waking or like using or triggering their abilities in any way.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
That's what you've got to worry with a Shabaloff if they've brushed their teeth.
Is Scarlet Woman cheating in this conversation?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Closing the day in
Because they're not demon yet.
5 seconds.
It's just not the end of the world. It's just, like, I really hope that y'all are able to figure this out without me, because I don't think we're going to be able to.
I don't think we're going to be able to either. I think we should have lifted it.
All right. Sam is executed and dies. And the game continues. Good night.
Uh-oh.
All right. So that is a Godfather kill for our evil team. And that's the only kill because it's a Zombool game. But I think it'll be quite interesting to see if it if that makes people think it's a summoner game. If the Hatter gets so I think there's not currently actually a ruling as far as I know for Hatter and Summoner. My guess is that the way that I would run it is if the Hatter dies before the Summoner has created the demon, I would give the Summoner or like the currently existing evil team the option to change characters, which must include one of them becoming a demon or one of them basically like at the end of the evil team choosing characters, they would have to have either a demon or a Summoner. And so if they don't have that, the game would end. And so I would still let the Hatter be damaging, but I imagine it's slightly less damaging with a Summoner because they're forced to retain like a Summoner or a demon. But I think in a game, like, let's say it's a 2-minion game, and the person who pulled the starting summoner token is, like, taking a lot of heat, and the other minion is, like, socially being read very good, I think it could be useful still for them to just be able to swap. Like, I would run it as a Chaos Hatter that had to end in there being some way of there being a demon from day 3 onwards. To answer the question, can carry guess their ability after they die? I usually like to give the Amni the option to come and continue asking questions, so that even if they aren't able to, like, gain information or use their ability anymore, they can still try and figure out what it is. Because, like, ultimately, I think Amni's a very fun role. Like, it's designed to be fun. I want it to be fun for the player. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If there's no starting summoner, I don't think I would let them create a summoner. That probably needs some sort of ruling, but I think, like, at the end of the day, one of the things I'm very thankful for, actually, with my players is that I think they have a really good sense of, like, what's fun for everyone. And so if I were to be like, the Hatter died, but no, you cannot make an extra summoner even though you already have a demon, like, I think I would just put the summoner in the sort of category of demon. Like, there can be one of them, so you can end the Hatter situation with exactly one demon or summoner, and then other evils. Yeah. All right, so what's really interesting now is that we're going to give Carrie another 3. And that's actually our only... Oh, well, first Alex is going to kill. I think Carrie's ability should go after the kills because it's... Yeah, because it's information. So let's do that. Let's wake up Alex and see.
You told me that I think makes you evil rather than good.
Hey, an outsider has died.
They might be in this game. They can push it down. Oh my god! I'm like the bad poof fairy. I'm gonna go rip his fangs out. Now JC did want me to kill him if I got a day 1 ding dong, but we're gonna sell the Summoner World, and they're probably gonna kill JC because he's made himself look evil. So let me think this through. I'm gonna kill Kerry because I don't like the amnesia running around. So kill Kerry. That's gonna leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4. We execute JC. Then we're down to 3. Zomb will win, or they kill me. Zomb will win. Okay, let's kill Kerry, please.
Okay, you're killing Carrie. You got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ooh, oh, sad. Okay, so we don't get to wake up our... Oh my god, there's too many tokens that I can't figure out. Yeah, that one. There we go. Alright, so we don't have to give any more Amni ability. That's all of our waking rolls. That's really, really... I think what helps a little bit is that the information Carrie would have gotten tonight is essentially very similar to the information that they get from the kill happening. I do think that's a very, very good kill, because it puts 4 people alive. I think they can always kill Lorinda. Well, what's really interesting is that if they think it's... I think they're going to have to make a choice about whether or not they think it's a Zomboul game. If it is a Zomboul game, it's Zomboul Godfather, specifically because of Richie's information, but I think that also depends on whether or not they trust... I think it's good. I think there are multiple worlds open. Yeah, I'm rambling. I think Richie's Savant information is super powerful. I hope they have it. Yeah, I think with this group, I think you're right, MacLeod, that they're gonna probably sleep. But it would be very interesting because if they want to just send it and be like, let's find out if it's a Zomboul game, they can kill someone. But yeah, I think eventually they will probably find out it's a Zomboul game because they might end up at a final 2. But yeah, let's we'll see. Yeah, I think I think Alex ultimately was smart to leave JC alive because they might have killed if they are sleeping. My thought is that they may kill a dead person just to do it. And if JC had died in the night, they might be inclined to tap JC just to double tap, to be like, well, we might as well rule out a Zomboul. Whereas with JC alive, I think that helps a little bit. But yeah, no more waking in the night. Alex has got his 1 kill, and we'll still let Carrie ask questions even though he doesn't learn any more information. But they've still got a sober and healthy artist question to go. So yeah, but it'll be very, very interesting. I completely agree. Like, this is a really strong time for the Godfather kill, probably the strongest, just because they can now build a summoner world where the summoner created an imp or an Oho, or even a Poe. Yeah, so many options. But let's wake them up and see how this plays out. I'm really curious because I think there's a lot of ways this could go with the information, and I think this particular group of players, especially the players on the good team, all of them actually, like, I think they all are really, really like the sort of player that are gonna play around with this info and have fun, hopefully, like building these different worlds. So yeah, let's see them do it. Good morning. During the night, someone in chat called me a literal outsider, which is accurate because I am outside. But anyways, I've returned to the morning in the town to let you know that there's a horrible tragedy that has occurred, which is that Carrie died in the night.
That is actually a terrible tragedy.
No. I have never been more happier. Because I'm confirmed, not the demon. Oh, actually, I could be Zombie. Never mind.
But then, how did you
No,
die
no.
if it was on board?
Yeah.
That Sam is the drunk in The Godfather killed me? Question mark. But
Yeah, maybe. I think I think we have to kill me today, just just in case, because I don't want to be framed in Final 3.
with Final Force, we can't really.
So, it's interesting that we got a kill because I was really expecting a summoner to make a Poe.
It could still have happened, right? If we have a gossip, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my gossip was there is a summoner in play, there is a poisoner in play, so I'm not going to be gossiping today because I think that's not helpful for town.
Okay.
Do people want the actual Savant information? I think I misread it when I first noticed it down.
Oh, really,
That'd be
Richie?
great.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's
Go on, then.
close. There's an even number of character types, or exactly one other role visits the storyteller in the daytime.
An even number of character types, or exactly one role or one other role?
One other role, because I'm obviously one of the roles.
Okay.
That kind of seems like the second one is true.
But the
Because
second
Carrie
one is
died,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So that means we have to have an odd number of character types, which means we have a starting demon and no outsider, or we have it just has
it
to
must
mean
be
that,
no
right?
summoner.
It
Yeah.
depends. So do we know what Lorinda is?
They
But
gave
what's
me
the
noble.
time info roll?
They gave me
Yeah, I
noble.
think noble.
I'm less confident that's true now, but
I don't want to do a full round robin today because there's reasons to not do that. But just a heads up that my information is a yes on Lorinda and Hob, and then a no on Hob and JC. So there's some weird implications there. It would seem weird, I think, for Lorinda to be starting demon based on what I have said, but it's definitely possible. Yeah.
did anyone know your info except for you?
This is an
before today?
important point. No, but people knew I was clearing someone yesterday, but as far as I'm aware, I have not told the specific info to anyone other than Richie. So you being summoned into would not be because I'm clearing you.
Cool. They must have done it for another reason then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think with Rich's info, unless we have an artist somewhere hidden, I think it means it wasn't a starting summoner game.
I am of the opinion that Richie's info could be true-false.
In that case, Kerry.
Yeah, so what's happening with Carrie then? Then Carrie must be evil.
I don't think
And
so.
Carrie died at night. Yeah, so then it's the other way around, right?
Did you hear? Because Richie said that he misread his info before, Sam. So did you hear the version he said today?
I heard the version he sent to me during.
Oh, well, yeah, well, I might have flipped the order. It's the even number of character types, one, or which I've now deleted, whatever I said about jams making friends.
I mean, like, I had to think about it some more, and I think it's worth us just sleeping today. Like, I don't think we need to go zomball hunting or anything like that. It doesn't feel like a zomball.
I mean, we may as well execute you, Sam.
No, if we're gonna execute anyone, technically it's you, Kerry, because up until yesterday, if it was summon zomball, then it makes more sense to kill the person who's died since the zomball was made.
But then how
It
did
can't-
Carrie die at night?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Gossip
Sorry?
kill?
Oh, gossip kill.
So the gossip killed the demon.
Possibly in a zomball game.
So Sam's
I-
the drunk. Sam.
What? Like, no, like that's a logical argument. If it's starting zomball, sure, it can be me. If it's summon zomball, I can't have been summoned into the zomball. So if we're going to execute a dead body today, we execute the one that can, however unlikely, theoretically be the zomball.
Yeah.
I feel like out of town, probability-wise, you're probably more likely to be the starting zomball.
Okay, if people believe I'm starting zomball, then sure.
I
That
don't
would
think
be
we should be
that would
wasting
be
it
false
on
true
me.
on that. Sure.
My issue with that is so Richie's information, an even number of character types, or exactly one other role visits the storyteller during the day. So if we assume that, regardless of current status, if we assume for the moment Kerry started as an amnesiac, then that means that the second one is true, which means the first one is false, which means we had an odd number of character types.
There's an artist out there. I'm just gonna say it. I was trying not to say it, but I'm just gonna say
Okay.
it. I've been actively trying to avoid saying it, but y'all are pressuring me into saying this.
I feel
Right,
like the
okay.
artist should use her ability now.
I don't think so. Well, maybe, but I don't necessarily think so.
Well, okay, it's either you use it now and then you might be a demon. If you use it now and then final 3 you're a demon suspect, or you don't use it and in final 3 you use it and you're still a demon suspect. So we may as well get the information now, in my opinion.
So that the demon can kill into the information. Sure. If we are just gonna use it, but we shouldn't get that information today. We're not gonna kill
Well.
anyone today aside from a dead body.
Reading.
Nominations
Sorry,
are
James.
open. Oh, that's okay. You can keep going. Just wanted you all to be
That's cool.
aware. That's all.
So
Well,
reading
I-
between the lines, we're talking about Lorinda here, because Hob is obviously the virgin. I know it's not me, and it would make sense more why Lorinda was trying to push to get off the block and talked about
Yeah,
their
it's
plan
me.
the
I'm
other
not
end.
used it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think
So-
Sam wanted it. I think to say it there. Yeah.
So if that second statement then is the false one, then we're saying that Lorinda and Kerry are good, which would make Alex, and
I
from
have
everyone
Alex-
else's perspective, me, as
I have
potential
Alex
evils here.
bookmarked as the summoner.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, but no, because if Lorinda actually is if between me and Lorinda is artist and an amnesiac, that means that Richie's second statement is the false one, which means there is an even number of character types, which means it has to be a godfather.
Nope.
No, it would mean either Godfather or Summoner, because if there's a Summoner, then we'd have no
Summoner.
outsider or demon.
It's a demon. Right,
But
yeah.
is even the number being even and odd, as in one or two? Because if it's an even number, we can't have 2 outsiders in this game and 2 demons. So how
No,
are we
is it-
defining what even is? That's my.
Even
I'm getting
number
lost
of
here.
character types.
So, like we wouldn't have between townsfolk, outsider, minion, and demon. We have either 2 or 4 at the start of the game. So we either have no outsiders or demons, or we have
Okay.
both.
Okay, so in that case, the equal number is 0.
Basically, if that
That's
statement
really
is false, then
that's
it's
really
This
selling
is
a
the
summoner word,
second
isn't it?
call for nominations.
Hey James, let's say for example you threw an amnesiac in the bag,
Mhm.
and let's say for example that amnesiac died on night 3.
Mhm.
Would you allow them to ask a question after dead? Let's go.
Very good, Chris.
Ask him its predicted days to the game end. Ask him its predicted days to the game end.
Hello.
I'm not gonna ask that, Sam. Can I ask? That has something to do with how many townsfolk there are alive.
You're asking if your ability is you learn how many townsfolk are alive?
Mhm.
Bingo.
Thank you.
Cheers.
there's no demon.
Okay, so
or
I'm
there's a
confirming.
Godfather, so we have an outsider.
Okay.
I'm confirming that it is a Godfather game. So my amnesiac ability is you learn how many townsfolk are alive. I got a 4 and then a 3. So if it is a godfather, that means I would likely believe that Sam is the drunk and I was godfather killed.
I don't
Maybe.
like this, and the
This
reason
is-
why I don't like this is because sorry, go ahead, James.
That's okay. Just it's the last call for nominations. Just wanted people alive to know. If you all want to sleep, that's fine. And we'll go tonight.
There's a problem with this, and that means that
Hello.
Well, I'm going to ask a question. I think now that the cat's out the bag, we'll have no idea what question to ask, which is really awkward.
That's fine. You have so many options. The other day, I was the artist and I asked what I thought was a terrible question at the time, but I was like, yeah, it'll just be fun. I'll get a little info. And then it ended up being like super useful. So even things that you're like, maybe this might be bad, it might be good. So, yeah.
I'm just going to ask, is there a summoner in play?
Is there a summoner in play? No.
Thank you.
Cheers. Oh, I love that because that's going to back up Carrie's information. So either they're evil together or they've got an evil team, but they don't know which one to kill. Cool.
Sounds correct. There,
I was
think.
alive at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so-
the only dead player between day 1 and day 2 was Richie, and Richie is an
Yeah, so
outsider.
that's confirming that Richie is a townsfolk.
If there
Yeah,
are no
so I'm saying
nominations, the day will end in like 5 seconds, by the way.
I'll
So it's
nominate
me,
Kerry.
Hob.
Okay, JC has nominated Carrie.
It's strictly worse for us to execute no one than it is to throw an execution onto a corpse. There is a world where Kerry can be a summoned zombie who's died, and is now trying to push away from that by suggesting Godfather. I don't think it's necessarily true, but we'd be stupid to not rule it out.
Carrie?
Yep, I think after the information that I've presented, it does actually make more sense that I am executed over Sam. I am pushing for a Godfather world, I guess specifically. In the world that I'm pushing, it's me, Hob, Richie, and one other player between Sam and Lorinda is a townsfolk. Once Richie died, I got a 3, and so that's why, so then it's Godfather, Demon, Outsider, and another townsfolk between the 4. I would likely believe that Alex is probably the drunk one, but it's hard to say. I actually do believe that Sam might really be the drunk. But yeah, execute me,
Alright.
please.
Takes 2 votes to put Carrie's dead body up for execution, starting now.
I will also say that in my world, I just hard trust Hob, because it just can't be a summoner.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, I get that.
3 votes is enough. Carrie's dead body is on the block, and I don't think we'll beat that, but just in case, have 3 more seconds.
Okay, I'm now understanding your ability more, Carrie. That makes sense because I was kind of the wrong way.
Alright, Carrie's corpse is executed once again, and they continue to be dead, and the game continues. Good night. Alright, this is great. This is super, super close. So we're gonna get another Zomboul kill, because they've killed a dead body. Which means that JC gets to wake up for the first time this game. They'll be the only person to wake up. Lorinda has used their abilities. This is me being horrible at using reminder tokens. So yes, the Virgin has no ability. The artist no longer has an ability. So yeah, it's just JC to wake up and kill someone, and then they'll be on final 3, and it'll be really interesting to see how the game progresses after that point. I think they'll have to be careful with dead votes, especially because Richie used his to get Sam on the block. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cool. And yes, to answer that question, you can execute a dead body. It's not something that typically happens in scripts like Trouble Brewing, where you have no reason to kill someone who is dead, but on Sex and Violets, for example, as folks have said in the chat, there is a demon called the Vortox, and their ability is if nobody is executed at all, then the evil team immediately wins the game. And so players will also often decide to execute someone who is already dead in order to kind of satisfy that condition and not lose the game. In this case, because the Zomboul appears dead after they are killed the first time, but they're really still alive, in order to actually kill the Zomboul, you need to kill somebody who appears dead, so that they can then be killed for real the second time. So that is why they decided to kill Carrie yesterday, was because they wanted to make sure that they could rule out Carrie being a Zomboul specifically. Yeah, and true, it's sometimes people will use nominations because they want to get more time to talk and share information. In this game, I've been pretty relaxed about giving the players a lot of time to just kind of talk and play around, partly because it's a small game and we've got a long time slot, and partly because I think it's just been interesting to see them play with the worlds. Noobs are allowed, noobs are encouraged. It's like we all were beginners once. That's literally how we all got here. There are still also so many things that I don't know and get wrong, and so yeah, all good. But yeah, let's find out who JC is gonna kill tonight, because I think that'll be a really interesting decision for him.
Hello.
Hello. The time has come.
Yeah, I think they're gonna kill me and win the game. And I think if I kill myself, they're still going to do that, but quicker. Objectively, the right decision for a demon to make here is to kill Hob, unless they want to try to distract from that and like alleviate suspicion on themselves by killing themselves. So I think if I was recommending the move to newer players, I'd say kill Hob here, but I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to kill... I don't think I can sell Lorinda as the demon, so I'm going to kill Alex, please.
You're gonna kill Alex. I really like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thanks for talking through it, because I think it's fun for chat
worries.
here as well. All right, good
Yeah,
luck.
it's fun to talk through. Thank you.
Awesome. I really, really like that. I think, yeah, as JC said, like, they would kill Hob, but it's fun to just throw a spanner in the works sometimes and kill someone else just to see what people do with it. I think that's quite an interesting kill there on Alex. I think if people trust that Richie's statement about exactly one other role in play who visits the storyteller, if they think that that's the true statement, then they're going to think that Lorinda is also good, which means the evil team is just Alex and JC, which I think is true in most worlds, but they'll have to make that decision about whether it's Alex or JC and figure out who they want to kill. If they can't kill Alex again today, they can kill JC, but then it'll be a 50-50 between JC and Alex on the final day, and so I think this will be a really exciting, really close game. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think even if JC is kind of the demon to the town, it'll still be close, and I think, again, they also don't really have the votes, because at this point, well, they have 2 alive players who can vote. Yeah, it'll be super interesting. I'm curious to see how it goes, to see what happens. But yeah, Alex is gonna die. Let's wake him up. Let's do this. Good morning, town. Alex is dead. There are 3 players alive. This might be your final day. Good luck.
I asked my question yesterday. I made a slight mistake with it, but it shouldn't be too deadly. I asked, is there a summoner in play? I got the answer no. What I should have asked is, was there a summoner in play at the start of the game? But,
Right. Fair.
Right, I get you because it discounts.
because they could summon themselves into the demon. But, yeah.
So you've ruled out summoner unless they summon themselves, and you've ruled out recluse. So good work.
Yeah.
But I feel like Lorinda's also just hard confirming Hob then.
That was kind
Because
of
Hob can't be.
I wanted to.
Yeah, the summoned.
Yeah, and so are you, Carrie.
It's very
Exactly.
difficult to make worlds where Hob is the demon here, I think.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Hob not being the demon here.
My
think
question
for
is,
Hob-
why didn't Hob die?
Last night?
That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Because the demon might have not realised there's too many things hard confirming Hob.
For it to not be Hob, for it to be Hob, it would have to be with Carrie.
Yeah. Kerry would have to be the godfather. Oh, no, how would
No, it
Kerry have
doesn't
died
work.
then? Yeah, it just doesn't work,
Yeah,
does it?
doesn't work. Alright.
Unless.
Alex dying was surprising to me. I've got to admit.
Alex was my prime demon candidate.
Same.
I mean, it was a surprise to me as well, people.
And if it's a star pass, it hasn't gone to Hob. It's gone to me or JC. So.
I mean, it's fine. I star passed it, whatever.
I mean, Alex could have been the Zomboul, because we didn't execute anyone new yesterday.
I could see Alex being
Yeah.
the Zomboul.
I don't
Then we'll
like this.
find out
I
either
don't
way.
like where this. I do not like this. Where this is going. I was joking about being the imp.
Alex
If
will
Alex
get
is the
involved.
Zombie, we've got a day still, right? Because
Yeah.
then we're functionally
Yeah.
4 alive. So we shouldn't consider that today. But if we execute someone and the game continues, we can circle back.
Or we should kill me or you, JC. Obviously, I want to
Yeah.
kill you. You presumably want to kill me. If Hob, then Hob. Sure.
Yeah.
Do we have a better candidate for drunk than me? Because if we think I'm drunk, I think we have to kill JC.
JC, what are you? Yeah, would you like to clarify what for roles?
Yeah, sure. I'm the Raven Keeper.
Okay.
I told Richie and Hob, and I told Sam because Sam ambushed me with a chambermaid question, and I instinctively gave the correct answer instead of the philo bluff that I was doing.
Yeah. I've been loosely trying to push for JC to be killed. Although the information is accurate, but I was really hoping that JC would die last night. I thought there was a pretty decent chance that JC would.
Just my thread on my claims through the game. I told Kerry day 1 about me being the artist. My other claims were I'm a role that gets information once, so I sort of left that open to some degree.
I think the problem that I'm living in is I feel like we have a godfather and a demon still alive between JC and Lorinda.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the demon kills their minion in that situation, because Alex is still a demon candidate.
Yeah, I think
I
unless
disagree.
Sam was evil, I think we have 2 evils alive.
If Sam
I think
was
Alex
evil, I
was
don't know
very
how we
likely a
got.
minion. I think that I'm more looking demon, so is JC. And Hob can summon a
Point
demon.
of order, by the way, just something worth bringing up. Alex's day 1 gossip was empath 2. So I wouldn't be building JC the Rinderworld.
Ooh, good point.
I mean, the other alternative is that Sam, you're not actually the drunk. Alex is the drunk there.
Yeah, because I haven't had any of my. I can't align in my gossips to any deaths, and my gossips were, yeah, as an empath, I'd have a super sexy 2, love thy neighbour. My second one was if I was a savant, either we've got a summoner or a poisoner in play, and then I didn't gossip most recently because we had 4 left.
And Kerry's Amni ability basically confirms that the minion's a godfather. So that means
But I
the death
can't
we
really
got-
build a carry summoner world. Like, I don't see that.
Yeah.
My question, it'd have to be me and Kerry, I think, working together in that exact situation, because I'm also confirming no summoner.
Yeah. Oh, question we wanted to ask, Jams, by the way. If someone draws a token that would visit the storyteller, but is in fact the drunk, then how would you consider that for whether their role is one that visits the storyteller during the day or not?
So you're saying, like, if I were to give, for example, a savant statement about roles visiting the storyteller, hypothetically speaking, yeah, so if I were referring to roles that visit the storyteller, that would have to be roles that specifically, like, the character that person actually is would visit the storyteller. So, for example, if somebody thinks that they are the artist but is actually the drunk ability is just, it doesn't say anything in the drunk's text about visiting the storyteller, so that would not count as a role that visits the storyteller.
Okay.
So we've also
That's
got
not
the fringe
the answer we
one's
wanted.
evil, one's the drunk. Yeah, the more complicated one that leaves more
Hob,
pathways
can
open.
you nominate JC?
No, I'm not sure. I still think it's both Lorinda, JC, and then maybe Alex drunk or something.
The
So I'm not-
the other problem that I'm also having is Richie's information. So with exactly one other role that visits the storyteller, I just can't put an odd number of character types in play. So based off of Richie, I kind of do trust Lorinda as the artist.
Unless you
Lorinda,
are
can you
exactly
nominate
the drunk.
JC?
Unless I'm the drunk, yeah.
I would,
And-
Sam, but is there any reason you wanted Hob to do it first?
Gonna start to push you
Because
all
I trust
for
Hob slightly more than you.
nominations.
Lorinda nominates JC.
All right. Lorinda has nominated JC.
With the available information between myself, Kerry, Richie's information sort of triangulating, with Hob being the virgin who virgined before day 3, admittedly. I think that from my perspective, JC has to be the demon, although I don't know why Alex died last night unless I'm the frame.
JC?
Lorinda and I basically have to point at each other here. Like, at least for today. There are Zombie worlds we can worry about tomorrow, but for today, Lorinda and I have to point at each other. it comes down to who the drunk is, basically. From my perspective, Sam is sober and got a sober no on me. From Lorinda's perspective, Sam is drunk and got a drunk yes on me. I'm gonna have to nominate Lorinda after this because Hobbs obviously good.
All right. It takes 2 votes to put JC up for execution. Starting.
We might need Carrie dead vote tomorrow. Hob, can you please
No.
vote?
Yeah. Shit. I'm not convinced.
3 is enough. JC is on the block. Any other nominations?
So we've got 5 votes in the game. I don't think Sam or Richie are evil. I don't think it's worth me nominating Lorinda here because I
don't
think
so either. I think we're gonna need every single dead vote we've got.
yeah, I agree. I just have to hope that it's a Zomball that's not Lorinda, I think.
I've got to hope it's a Zomball that's not you, even after this.
Well, if there are no other nominations, then the day will end in 10 seconds. Excellent form, JC, by the way. Closing the day in 3. All right, town. You have decided to execute JC. Richie seems particularly happy about this, and I'm not totally sure why, because JC is executed.
No.
JC dies, and the game continues. Good night.
Oh
Knew it.
no.
Fucking knew it.
Oh, this is amazing. So no one is gonna wake up tonight. There is nothing to do in the night. And what is actually quite helpful here, I think, for the good team is that Lorinda and Hob will both be confirmed not the Zomboul, because if there isn't a live Zomboul, then the the player would immediately win if there are just 2 players alive, and they are the Zomboul. So Lorinda and Hob cannot be the demon. It's going to have to be one of JC, Alex, or Sam. Just mechanically speaking, I don't think people think it's Sam, so I really think it will come down to whether or not they think it's JC or Alex. But what's nice is that they have multiple nominations, but they also only have 3 good votes, so they are going to have to all vote together. So Hob, Carrie, and Lorinda are going to have to be in agreement on who they think is the demon between JC and Alex, basically. So I know, right? Richie, unfortunately, is not a Zomboul candidate this time. But yes, so this is going to be a super, super close game. I don't think there's too much reason to let the night go on for too long, but let's wake them up and see what they do, and we'll try and make it somewhat of a quick day. But I think it's super close. This has been really fun, and hopefully you've all enjoyed watching along.
One of those 2 things.
Good morning.
And mind Reggie.
There are 2 players alive.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm leaning more towards Alex than JC. I think JC is socially good.
I mean, I'm leaning more towards Alex than Sam.
I'm leaning more towards JC than Alex.
So am I. Yeah.
I just think with the drunk fortune teller information, you kind of do put it on the JC no.
Yeah.
It's only a social
that.
thing. Like, JC trying to preserve the dead votes was very meticulous. He is a meticulous good player as well, but that seemed a very look at me, I'm good statement.
Well, fair.
I just
Like, if
because
I'm- yeah.
just gonna say, because Sam has to be the drunk then, which makes Sam, Richie, myself, Carrie good. Alex is maybe the Zomboul who killed himself. Lorinda said that they want to execute JC, which I feel like Lorinda is the only minion candidate from my perspective. So I want to kill Alex.
Yeah, from my perspective, Alex is very minion-y, and that means there's a Zomboul somewhere else out there. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Alex.
I will vote with Hob, and I will not nominate today. I think that's the best way for me to play this.
Oh no.
Just because.
I think that's the best way for me to play, because I'll just confuse things, as I'm obviously fairly suspicious.
Yeah. So the 2 worlds that I have in is either Sam is the drunk. Oh, Sam has no. Sorry. Sam has to be the drunk. So I don't know.
I mean, like, honestly, there's no way for us to differentiate this. I think it genuinely comes down to, do we believe that I got a no on JC because JC is the demon? Or do we believe I just got a no on JC because it just felt like the right thing to do?
From my perspective, if I'm good, it has to be JC, right? And Alex has to be the minion.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that says that it has to be.
They have to be the two evils, I think, from my perspective.
Richie,
Oh yeah, because the rest of them would be
Bob
good, yeah.
Executed, and then Kerry can be self-killing Godfather, is basically the only thing that can happen.
But from Town's perspective, obviously I can be a minion, which muddies the water between the other two. Just want to check that's where my logic's at. Okay.
But in
Yeah,
the world where
roughly.
Kerry's self-killing Godfather, Lorinda would.
No, Kerry self-killing doesn't work as a Richie. Never mind.
Yeah,
Ignore
then
that.
Lorinda
Kerry
would have to
can
be the drunk who received a true answer to their
Oh,
question. But
Sorry,
that's...
I take everything back. The only evil team here is JC Alex because of Richie's info, because of the relative to the storyteller.
Yeah.
Like, there's a weird, like the worlds where it's Kerry Lorinda and they're both evil don't work because it would have to be it's Zombo Godfather.
The world
That's what
Kerry
JC
twice.
is. True,
Yeah.
it's a drunk with a true statement in
Yeah.
some of those worlds.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the world is JC Alex. We just don't know which is which.
Well,
Alex,
obviously there are
as
just
a
2
alignment?
players alive, so nominations.
Oh no.
Okay.
I will vote with Hob and I will not nominate, but I just make the point
Hob,
also.
I
I think
believe
JC
you.
is more likely to kill Alex to frame me than Alex is to kill himself in that situation. But again, that's just social reads, and I'm happy to go with Hob, whatever Hob decides, and I won't.
I mean, the other bit of social information that we have are what they're claiming, and I feel like gossip kind of more aligns with a Godfather rather than a Raven Keeper. Because gossip is like, I could just gossip anything and the kill would go off to bluff Godfather.
Second call for nominations.
Alex did try to clear his neighbours, which also could be a good sign that we've got the right 2 people.
Alex, who do you
I'm
think-
dead. I'm dead. I've
Do you
got
think-
no voice.
That's not how this game works.
Oh, no.
Well, from my perspective, I thought I had 2 evil neighbours.
Alright, I mean, we have to vote together, so what do we think? I can't decide.
I'm happy to follow whatever we want to do.
This is the last
Thanks,
call
Alex.
for nominations.
I think JC Hub. If you're not sure, JC, if you are sure, then
I'm happier letting Alex get away with it than letting JC get away with it personally. I'd rather kill JC.
If there are no
Okay, I'm gonna-
nominations...
I'm gonna nominate JC, please.
Okay, Hob has nominated JC. I know a lot's been said. Is there anything briefly that you want to add?
Yeah. It did feel like Alex when I thought Lorinda might be the minion, but if Lorinda's not the minion, then I'm not sure, and then... I don't know, let's get him.
JC?
In my world, I think Lorinda's a minion, so let's get 5 on this.
All right. With 2 players alive, it is a majority of 1 vote needed to put JC on the block. Starting on...
Just say it.
Actually, yeah, it'll start on Hob. It'll go around, but it's starting on Hob because the other players don't have dead votes. Starting now.
Playing a dangerous game there, Hob.
4 votes is enough and cannot be beaten. JC's dead body is both on the block, but then immediately is executed. Richie, put your hand down. JC is already dead, but also dies again. And the game is over. And let's talk about what roles were this game. Obviously, we have Hob, your virgin, who was nominated by Richie, the savant, who got some pretty powerful information. I think we've all talked about that quite a lot. We also have Kerry, your amnesiac, whose ability was, as he figured out, was that each night he learnt how many townsfolk were alive. Started the game with a 4, then learnt a 3, and then was killed, but we'll get back to that. Lorinda is your artist, who very helpfully asked whether or not it was a summoner in play, and got told no, because there was no summoner in this game. there also was never a summoner in this game. There was a drunk, which was Sam. Because, yeah, Sam thought he was the fortune teller, but was in fact the drunk. I just lied to Sam all game, and it was delightful. And that brings us to our evil team, both of whom started the game as evil, because again, there's no summoner in this game. And I have to congratulate the good team on your victory.
Yay.
Because you killed JC the Zambul,
You won't
meaning
get away
Alex
with
the
this.
Godfather is your one player left to be revealed.
It happened, JC.
And that was your game.
It happened.
Yeah, it did.
I knew it happened. I just could tell. I could just tell.
That was
I'm so happy I got to live my Zombie dream.
Yeah.
amazing. That was a super, super, super close game on all fronts. Really well played to both teams. That was an absolute joy, and I think chat had a lot of fun. There's already people saying, "I hope this goes to YouTube for the Zambul representation." Yeah.
And it was a 7-player game, and we've made it last, what, 2 hours?
But what a great
Yeah.
call on the script as well. Like you said at the start, I don't know if it was on stream or not, but we'll try this and see what happens. And what happened was a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really,
Sorry
really
for
happy
killing you,
with
by the
this
way,
script. I
That's
thought that
fine.
was
I
great.
was fine.
I really, really liked the, I forget who said it, it might have been, maybe Sam or Linda, but somebody said at one point on the last day, they go, I think it's more likely that JC would have killed Alex than Alex would have killed himself.
Yeah.
Which I really liked as like one of the reasons genuinely to end up on the right team. But yeah, that was really, really well played for all teams, and right on time. So I'm gonna go shoot everyone over to TPI, but thank you all so much for playing. This was fantastic. Wave goodbye to chat, and yeah, we'll see everyone next
Happy
week.
Easter, everyone.
All right, that was an absolute blast of a game. Really, really happy with how that turned out. I think, yeah, every once in a while you just like things go well and they're fun, and yeah, that was super fantastic. I think it was really cool also, honestly, to see, even though Summoner wasn't in play, just the way that impacted the game and the way that changed the worlds that people were building. The fact that, you know, an artist asking about the Summoner ended up being basically game-solving information late in the game. So yeah, I'm really glad to see that all the players had fun, and hopefully you all had fun in chat as well. So I'm gonna, send you over to TPI. We've got 3 games in stock for you tonight on the Pandemonium Institute Twitch channel. It should be 2 games. I'm actually not sure if they're doing the script contest winners yet, but it should be 2 really fun games. And then Ben Burns will be running his homebrew script that he's been working on later in the evening. So yeah, awesome. 3 games will be tons of fun, and we will see you all next week back on the Gen Con channel. We will be back at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's still 6 p.m. in the UK, but y'all are hitting daylight savings time over in the UK, so the times shift a little bit, but we will post about it and let you know what time we'll be here, and we will see you all next week. Thank you all